Get a 125% sportsbook bonus on initial deposit. Use the link in the description of this video to get this special offer. Nation. If you don't want to miss any first-hand news from America's team, subscribe to the channel now, as we are always attentive to the latest news from the Dallas Cowboys, and here you will always be in the know with. A Dallas Cowboys star could sign a big-time contract with an AFC contender. As predicted by Bleacher Report's Gary Davenport, tight end Dalton Schultz will sign a 3-year, $40.1 million, $25.5 million guaranteed contract with the Los Angeles Chargers. Davenport attributes Schultz's desire to become one of the highest-paid tight ends in the NFL, along with Dallas likely placing the franchise tag on running back Tony Pollard, as reasons for why Schultz will likely leave. We have already highlighted Pollard as a candidate to be tagged, so that leaves Schultz as the odd man out, especially when you consider that Bob Sturm of The Athletic wrote that Schultz is seeking a contract that would make him one of the highest-paid tight ends in the league, says Davenport. Bob Sturm of The Athletic reports that Schultz wants top tight end type of money, which averages out to around $14 million for top 5 tight ends. I assume there is a number where Schultz makes sense, and I really like a lot of what he brings to the table, Sturm said. It's just that from what we understand, he wants top of the market range money, and the top 5 range is still $14 million AAV, for 4 years is $56 million. Dalton Schultz due to earn big contract in offseason. In Davenport's projection, Schultz would earn a little more than $13 million per year. That would make him the 7th highest paid player at tight end for the 2023 season. According to Spotrac, Schultz's market value is $15.1 million per season across 3 years for a total of $60.6 million. That would make Schultz the 2nd highest paid tight end in the league. There's little doubt that Schultz is a valuable asset of the Cowboys' offense. Widely regarded as Dak Prescott's favorite target outside of CeeDee Lamb, Schultz turned in a solid campaign during the 2022 season despite dealing with nagging injuries early on in season. The 26-year-old produced 57 receptions for 577 yards and 5 touchdowns in 15 games. While those numbers were a decline from his stat line of 78 receptions for 808 yards and 8 touchdowns during the 2021 season, his numbers took a hit partly due to Prescott's absence for 5 games earlier in the season. In 12 games with Prescott, Schultz produced 49 receptions for 559 receiving yards. Projected over a full season with Prescott, Schultz's numbers look a lot better at 69 receptions for 792 receiving yards. For perspective, Schultz posted just 2 receptions for 18 yards in 3 games with Cooper Rush at quarterback. While Schultz is clearly a valuable security blanket, he may have outpriced himself for the Cowboys. If Dallas does decide to place its franchise tag on Pollard, they would be forced to sign Schultz to a big money, long-term contract to retain him. Why Dalton Schultz appeals to Chargers. Davenport explains why Schultz would be a valuable target for the Chargers, who recently signed former Cowboys offensive coordinator Kellen Moore to be their new offensive coordinator. Tight end isn't exactly a premium position, and the list of teams willing to spend upward of $15 million a season on one isn't especially long, says Davenport. However, there's a team that could offer him both a nice payday and another real chance for a ring. Gerald Everett has been okay for the Chargers, but he hasn't been much more than that. Schultz is both a superior blocker and a more reliable receiver. Adding him to an already potent Chargers passing attack would put a smile on Justin Herbert's face and help close the gap on Kansas City in the AFC West. If the Cowboys aren't willing to pony up the money to retain their top tight end, Schultz will look elsewhere for a big payday. Hey Cowboys fan, in your opinion, the Cowboys should stick with Dalton Schultz or not? Would he be a good signing for the Cowboys or not? What's your opinion? Put it in the comments because it's very important for the Dallas Cowboys. Stay tuned because at any time I update you on the latest Cowboys news.